What's up, everybody? Shiny Man of Collectibles owner. My name is Matthew. This is going to be just a kind of a quick video to talk about, just the real side of trying to build something as a side gig, in addition to working, like I do, like full time. So I work overnight as a retail associate, and it was a very long night at work. I mean, it was like for the moment I clock in to the moment I leave, it's just constant moving to try and get this done, all that I needed to get done. Um, it's the holiday times. Everybody knows it's hard to be a retail employee around Christmas time, Thanksgiving time, because the work is just like, it seems like it's never ending. And the customers are even more demanding some of the times. The managers are more demanding, and the pay, it doesn't increase, until after the holidays and they start doing some evaluations. So you don't get paid anymore. You don't get any better treatment. You don't get any relaxing days at work. It's just, and I don't want to sound like I'm just complaining about like how hard my job is, woe is me kind of thing, but everybody realizes that like being a retail associate at any retail store, especially the big box stores during holiday times, can be, very taxing on, physically and mentally and everything. You throw overnight in the mix with that, and it's just, man, it's whack. Um, because working overnights is not easy either. If you work overnights, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, it's nice because you don't have to deal with customers, but, your sleep schedule's all messed up. You don't get paid that much better than the day shift workers. You get paid a shift differential at some jobs if they particularly care about you. But, they don't have to do that. But anyway, it's a long day at work. I get home and I have a lot of orders to pack up. When I say a lot, I mean 10 or so orders to pack up for TCG Player and eBay. Not really that many in the grand scheme of things. But, whenever you get home from being at work for a full shift, and then you have to pack all these orders up, it can be a little overwhelming because, you have to think about, you want to go get some breakfast, or cook if you're cooking at the house. You get something to eat. You got to, pack up all these orders. You got to respond to customer inquiries on the platforms you're selling on. You got to list stuff if you have stuff to list. You got to list all that stuff so you can keep the sales rolling in, all while you're building this on the side. It just gets a little bit, taxing sometimes. And I'm trying to build this into something that can provide for my fiance and I, at least my share of everything. We combine all our finances together, but I don't want, obviously, for her to pay for everything. So I'm trying to get my share up with this reselling collectibles business. I'm trying to do my share with it, so I don't have to work this job I don't particularly love anymore. I don't mind it most days, but around holiday times, I do kind of mind it. It gets a little bit taxing, but every job is that way around holidays, or at least most jobs are. Most jobs that I've had and could get are like that around holiday time. So, when I get home, I got to pack all these orders up. I got to respond to the inquiries. I have to, worry about getting some breakfast so I can, eat dinner, basically, is what it is for me after working all night. It's not breakfast at that point, really. It's more dinner. So I'm trying to get food, and I got to pack all these orders up. I had to take my stepdaughter to school because she missed the bus because she was sick. So I had to take her to school, check her in, because obviously my fiance's at work, so she's working a lot of mornings lately. So, we work different schedules. We try to spend time together. We try to do this and that. We got to do all these errands on our off days. We got to, I got to do all this stuff. She has a side job she does as well. So, it's kind of like a power couple thing. We have like this dynamic going on. We both really hustle and we both spend time with each other. We go hard on that. We also go hard on our businesses and our jobs. We go as hard as we can. We're still young-ish, so it's a little bit easier for us than maybe for some folks, but yeah, it's just, it's hard to be a retail employee right now, especially with just everything in this world. Everything's hyper political. Everything's this or that. It's so and so's fault or their fault. You got to worry about people going crazy on you because they don't like the prices of some of the goods we have in the store. And then you got to worry about eBay customers lowballing you and not liking you because you're not selling any cards for this amount of money and all kind of stuff. So, I mean, it just gets a little old. But, I'm sure that I'm not the only one out there dealing with this exact struggle. So, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today on this video. I don't want to document just the good stuff. I want to document the bad stuff too. So, but it's not all bad. So let's talk about what sold on eBay. So I can't show you the pictures because I've already shipped the cards out today. But I did sell 7 orders on TCG Player, and some people are gonna look at me and be like, Matthew, 7 orders, bro. That's nothing. Well, to me, I just hit level 4 seller, literally 2 or 3 days ago. So the orders really start rolling in once you hit level 4. That is not a lie. Once you hit level 4 and you set your shipping to 0 across the board, you're getting a lot more orders in for stuff that I already had listed. The price didn't change. The shipping didn't even change. TCG Player automatically charges people shipping if they buy an order $5 or less. But this price didn't change. The product didn't change. I didn't change anything. It just sells more now. So, I sold a lot more bulk cards on TCG Player. I sold 3 cards on eBay. I sold a Skull Dice Yu-Gi-Oh card for $10, light play condition. Really cool card if you don't know about that one. Skull Dice. It's the what is it called? It's an EDS. It's some promo for a game. I don't remember what the game is called. God, I'm gonna get beat up in the comments for not remembering. It's a promo for a video game, for a Yu-Gi-Oh video game. I forget what the game is called, but really cool secret rare card. I sell a lot of those. I've sold it quite a few times. I sold a light play condition for $10. I sold a Dark Magician from Forbidden Legacy. It's the FL1 Dark Magician. Personally, I like that artwork a lot. It's the LOB artwork. That's my favorite Dark Magician artwork, but the original is really cool too. But I'd really like that LOB artwork. But anyway, the Forbidden Legacy copy sold for $20 on eBay. That's going standard envelope, $19.97, and a standard envelope, free shipping to the customer. Sold that for $20. Near mint condition. Really good sale. I love selling Dark Magicians. I sell a good bit of them from all kind of different sets. But the last sale I got on eBay was the best one. It was a Dark Magician BPT 003, I believe, or 001. It's the one that's got the original artwork. It's the 2002 Collector's 10 Dark Magician. It was a reverse foil misprint. So that's where the foil's going towards the left, not the right. So the regular foil goes from left to right. This one goes from right to left. If you don't know about that. That's the reverse foil misprint. That one sold for a little over $60. Really cool card. I thought about keeping it for myself, but that was a heavy played condition. Reverse foil misprint, Dark Magician. 2002 Collector's 10. $60. I probably bought it for a fraction of that because the person that sold it to me on TCG Player or whatever, maybe they didn't know that it was a reverse foil misprint. So maybe they didn't ask for all the money. And that's where having knowledge of your product comes into play. I know Yu-Gi-Oh! Misprints, so I know what to look out for when I get them. I was able to capitalize. Know your product. Know your product. I worked in car sales for a while. That's the number one tip I can give to anybody in any business is know what you're selling and know it better than a lot of other people do. That's just business 101. Know what you're selling, know your product. So it's not all bad. The job kind of sucks. Working kind of sucks, but everybody's got to deal with it, or at least most people do. And I'm trying to build this up on the side. If you want to be here for this as corny it is, a journey. If you want to, watch the steps along the way, follow the channel, subscribe to the channel, and I'll record videos about the struggles and the highs and the lows of the trading card collectible business. I'm building it from the ground up. I started with my own inventory. I sold $50 worth of stuff, and I've just been snowballing that money capital back into this business for the past year and a half now. I'm just starting to record videos of it, so I'm a little bit along the ways now, but nothing crazy. So I'll make videos about my personal collections, my goals, my business highs, business lows, and some maybe some more personal vlog type of stuff, like kind of what's going on today. So if you like that, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.